Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Good afternoon, everyone. So we are learning the process-free, right? I think before we learn 31 planes of existence, I think I want you to look at this pictures. So this is a Buddhist cosmology drawn by Tibetan. I found it in internet. I think it is very close idea that we found in commentaries. But here, it is not full picture, but I cut it underneath, because underneath different from Theravada, little bit different from Theravada, right? So that reason I cut. So if you look at here, as you all know that we have a 31 planes of existence, right? So here, this is called Mount Meru. Mount Meru, a great mountain. At the half of the Mount Meru, there is one heavenly realm. It's called Chatumarajiga. And at the top, we have a Dawadensa heaven, right? Dawadensa heaven. So above, and we have a other heavens, other 4 heavens, right? So altogether 6 heavenly realms. Above are Brahma realms, right? Above are the Brahma realms. So what are the human realms? Here, according to Buddhist cosmology, we have a great mountain called Mount Meru. So, how to say, the 4 directions of Mount Meru, we have a great oceans right here. Great oceans. So in the east directions, so there is one great island. It is called Jambudvipa. Sorry, East Island. I will say that, right? Actually, this is supposed to be southern island. So actually, we are supposed to be in the southern island, right? In the northern part and eastern part, like this. So there are 4 great islands. So all these are in the great oceans, right? In the great oceans. So I think this is a roughly, we can understand that it is a Buddhist cosmology that mentions Theravada, Pali Canon, as well as the commentaries. Actually, we have we can find only some portion of Buddhist cosmology in Pali Canon, just like in Mount Meru, 4 great islands and great oceans like this, right? So even last week we talk about 7 sun suttas, right? So one day there will be 7 suns. So at that time, even the Mount Meru, great mountain Mount Meru, and great oceans, they will disappear, right? Disappear according to Theravada, Buddhist cosmology. So I think if you look at this one, so therefore if we look at Buddhist cosmology, the earth is not round. The earth is flat. Just like if you look at this one, it's not a round. It's a flat, right? For that reason, so I think earlier Buddhist monks, they have a difficulty to accept our planet is round, right? They have a difficulty because they look at Buddhist cosmology from, especially from commentaries, right? Commentaries. Normally in the Pali Canon, the Buddha did not talk about this planet very clearly, right? Actually, it is not his intention. So only some occasions, as we have learned last week, right? So the Buddha mentioned about Mount Meru, great mountain, Mount Meru, and oceans, great islands, right? So here, this one is supposed to be on southern island, right? Southern island. So if you look at here, a lot of water, right? So this is another island. But if you look at the corner, right? So these are great mountains. Great mountains. So they look like a great wall, right? Great wall. So according to Buddhist cosmology, we have a lot of planet or a lot of globe or a lot of universe according to Buddhist cosmologies. So underneath the this one, the great earth. So there are, a lot of water. So it separates countless millions and billions of miles, right? So we do not know how many. So underneath the water, we have the air. Is a countless, right? Airs. Underneath the air, a countless space, right? Countless space. According to the literature, Buddhist literature, especially the commentaries, right? The commentaries. So I think to understand 31 planes of existence, so we have to understand Buddhist cosmologies. So here, this is a sun, and this is a sun, and this is a moon, right? Actually, the suns and moons are going around according to Buddhist cosmology, right? So I think we have to accept that. The suns and moons are going around, right? Going around. So all these are mentioned in commentaries, right? All these are mentioned in commentaries. So the more is the world or the cloth is not moving, it stays, right? So only suns and moons going around, right? Going around. So we have a one globe, and in each globe, one sun, one moon, one Mount Meru, and 4 great oceans and 4 great islands, right? So that is Buddhist cosmology. So there are countless universe. We call it is a Lokapala world system, right? So we have a lot of world system or a lot of solar system, right? A lot of solar system. So if you look at this one, so human realm is we have 4 great islands, right? This is the southern part, this is the eastern part, western part, and northern part, right? Northern part. At the half of the Mount Meru, it is we have a Chaturmarajika, right? Chaturmarajika heaven. Above this mountain, the towering heaven. So above towering we have Yama, Tusita, Nimanarati, Pranimita, Pasavati. So all these are Brahma realms, right? Brahma realms. So we have a countless world system like this, right? So they have each human realms and heavenly realms and Brahma realms, right? And then for those who want to know all these one, so we have a not much information, right? So even Usilananda, he didn't mention about it, right? And Bhikkhu Bodhi also didn't mention about it. But for those who want to know, I will give it one book, Buddhism in Daily Life, written by one of the famous men in Myanmar. Then you can read about, not all, but especially about hair, right? And also some of the formation of the world, right? Okay, then let's go. I think this is only, I think that it is very closest picture of, how to say, the Buddhist cosmology, right? Buddhist cosmology. One world system, right? Okay, so here we have a two-layer of art, right? Two-layer of art. So one is a one is a real art. Another one underneath is a how to say that I forgot. I don't know. Is there any Burmese? I don't know how to call it. Okay, so this is another matter, just like another matter. Iron art, right? Iron art. So here, two-layer of art. So underneath, this is the iron art. So here, this one is the the normal art, right? That we can see. So the hair, the Buddhist hair, situated underneath the art, right? Underneath the art, above the iron art, right? Above the iron art. Okay. Then let's go. Let's study one by one. So we have four awful planes. Four awful planes in Pali are called apaya, right? Apaya. So we can divide apaya into apa and aya. So apa means devoid of, aya means happiness. So devoid of happiness. In the four awful planes, there is no happiness, right? But of course there are some happiness. Generally, no happiness, right? No happiness. So this is a collected name for some of the realms in which pain and misery greatly exceeds happiness. So there are some happiness, but the misery and pain exceed happiness, right? So evildoer, they will go those four awful planes, right? So we have four awful planes. Number one, hell or purgatory, Nirya. Number two, animal kingdom. Number three, the sphere of Petas. And number four, the host of Asura, right? The host of Asura, or the realm of Asura, the sphere of Asuras. So these are four awful planes. So as you all know that in the many suttas, only three awful planes are mentioned: hell, animal kingdom, and sphere of Petas, right? So the host of Asuras are included as a Petas, right? So they are another branch of the Petas. So for that reason, in the suttas, it's mentioned only three awful planes, right? Hell, animal kingdom, sphere of Petas. Then you can look at here, Bhikkhu Bodhi book, page number 189, a handbook of Abhidhamma study, volume 2, 1 to 6, right? 1 to 6. So regarding with the hair, normally we use hair, right? But Mr. Reed Davick, a Buddhist scholar from England, he doesn't like the word hair. He prefers to use purgatory, right? So I will give you the reason why he doesn't like, right? And also Astamika, so he doesn't like to use the word hair. The reason is the Buddhist hair and Christian and other Abrahamic religions different, right? Different. So that for that reason they prefer to use the word purgatory. So therefore, if you look at the definition of dictionary, I think it's quite clear. So here, so for those in some religions, especially Abrahamic religions, for those who do good deed, they will suffer in forever, right? So they were a place where they will suffer forever. So that is called hell. So here, especially in Roman Catholics, the place where the spirit of the people go and suffer for the evil act they did when they were alive, then after that they will go to heaven. So that means purgatory is just temporary, right? After they have done and deed, they have to suffer there. Then after that they will go to heaven, right? So anyway, it's very beautiful story, right? So actually, even you do some and deed, you will go there and have to suffer. Then after that, go to heaven, right? Logic, eh? It is only in Roman Catholic, right? According to Cambridge Dictionary. So if you look at this definition, so I think we shouldn't use the word hell, right? Better use purgatory. So anyway, it is just a panati or concept, right? So people are always using hell, right? So anyway, Buddhist, the idea of hell in Buddhism is different from other religions, right? So hell is the lower plane of existence and situated beneath the earth. So as I said that, it is beneath the earth, right? So it is said that 50,000 yojana. Actually, the hell, the low, the highest hell, the first hell is situated 50,000 yojanas underneath the earth, right? Actually, one yojana 8 miles. So you can calculate, right? You can calculate. So here, hell is the lower plane of existence and situated beneath the earth. The beings who do and deed, they will suffer in those places. So Buddhist hell is not an eternal one, right? Not an eternal one. It is just like a prison. So people will commit crime. According to their crime, they will go to prison for a while, for some time, and they will come out, right? Just like that, after doing and deed, so you will suffer in the hell, and you can come out after you exhausted, right? That karma, then you can come out, just like a prison, right? So this is a Buddhist idea of hell. So just like a purgatory, right? Just like a purgatory. But if you come out from hell, you will not go to heaven. Only you have a karma, right? To go to heaven. So here, this is a very close description of how the beings are suffering in hell. So actually, I have one video, so I want to show this. This is taken by Time director. So I think it is a Buddhist concept of hell, right? But there are slight difference. Then I will explain why, right? Then you look at this video. Yeah, it will come. Oh. No, right? Okay. No song.
No hyperlink?
Yeah, hyperlink. I use hyperlink, but doesn't show. I don't know why. You wait for a while, eh? Then I use hyperlink, but
you check the things on the hyperlink, you're not right. Check hyperlink. Or you can go to the site itself.
cannot. Maybe I will use now the manually. Eh? Hmm? Issue.
Okay, what you do about it? You close this one, open this one.
Yeah.
Close the PowerPoint. Close the PowerPoint. Close it.
I want to close PowerPoint.
Where's the PowerPoint? You just close it.
Just close it. Okay. No. I don't know, no song.
You did really show the screen as well. Okay. Really show the screen. Show the screen.
Maybe I will.
Should be showing the screen. It's not important.
Maybe have to switch this one.
Because what's the screen? It's not the screen.
Actually, it is a.
Oh, your setting is correct. Also, you show screen on the ocean here. This sound is on the volume here. Is the volume not there?
No, not because of volume. Volume is the.
Okay,
yeah.
But no, it doesn't even reflect the screen.
Oh.
On the screen, it doesn't show. It should show the screen. Okay, can show the screen. Because once you set it, it should show the screen both sides. Maybe in the setting, you can do in the setting. In the setting, I don't know the setting. Now you show it doesn't show there. It should show two screens, no?
Okay.
Okay. Already. Okay. Sure.
Only for 6 minutes.
The volume.
Yeah. Let's stop movement. frightening indeed. Really frightening. This is a taken by time the writer. This is a Theravada Theravada point of view, right? So there, if you go to Buddhist temple, you will see the paintings, right? How the hair look like. So anyway, this is a frightening indeed, right? So today we are going to learn what the mention especially in the commentaries. So in Majjhima Nikaya, we have two suttas that mention how the hair look like. Sutta number, later I will show you the name of the sutta. Sutta number 129 and 130, right? Majjhima Nikaya, sutta number 130 is called Devadutta, the messenger of the Deva. So after hearing that sutta, one of the monks taught to his teacher. Halfway, he requests to his teacher, Bhante, is really frightening. Please stop. Instead of teaching this sutta, give me meditation method. I will go and meditate. Because he became afraid. So then after getting meditation method, he meditate. And he became, only after he became Sotapanna, he came back and studied that sutta. It is said in the commentary, right? So what I need is the for sorry. So here, Buddhist hell is not an eternal one. So actually in the video, so you will see that the king of the Yama, we call it the king of the Yama, the king of the heaven, right? Is not only one, according to commentary, it's not only one. So there are many other kings as well. So they stay there and they are just like judges. Trial judges, not like this person. This person have it look like a kind of evil or hatred toward the hellish beings, right? So according to commentaries, they are not like this. They are just like the judges in the how to say the court of appeal, right? So they just remind the hellish beings whether they have done some good deed when they were living in the human realm. So actually, not for everyone, only for those who have a heinous and wholesome actions, very bad and wholesome actions. So they will have to suffer directly without any appeal trying, right? But those Yama kings, so they have to, so they are there to remind highly being whether there are any wholesome deed that he or she have done, right? So just like in the case of the father Imang from Thailand, right? So it is written in the honoring the departed by Asma Agacheta, right? So in that book, it is said that then after he died, he go to hell, right? That actually, why he is in the hell, and he when the rope appear, and when the Yama king know that, so this is a sign of good deed for him, that he asked that person. So he said that he has one monk, so this may be his son, right? So then he hold the rope and he come back. Then after 3 or 4 days, he became so he got up, right? So many people are surprised that he became alive, right? He became alive. So actually there are so many cases in Burma as well. Some people die for 3 or 4 days, then they come back. So according to them, they went to hell, right? Then after seeing some incidents in the hell, they come back. So so that is the reason, right? That is the reason. Maybe the story of the King Yama, right? He trying to remind the people not to do if there is wholesome deed, and they can come back, right? They can come back. There are many stories like this. So here, Buddhist hell is not an eternal one. It's like a prison. So as long as we have done a wholesome deed, we have to suffer. Then after that, so we can come back. So therefore, there is no definite lifespan in hell. So according to our unwholesome deed, we have to suffer, right? For those, in the case of Malika Queen, right? Queen Malika, she suffered only 8 days, right? She suffered only 8 days and come back, just like that, right? So actually, according to Buddhist literatures, there are many hells, right? So hell is completely unwelcome and disagreeable. I think we have learned, we have seen in the movie, same thing, right? So the Buddha said that there is no comparison to talk about the suffering and the pain and agony in the hell, right? So the Buddha gave example. One of the men, he was charged by stealing something, and the people bring that person to the king. So the king said that in the morning use 100 spear and trying to trying to stab with the spear, right? So 100 spears. You may think that is very, it is very painful, right? So because of stealing something, so people will stab him with the 100 sword, right? Sword. Then afternoon as well, so with the 100 spear. Then in the evening as well, use 100 spear to stab him. So I think the third will suffer a lot, right? So with the 300 spears, using 300 spears, people will stab him, right? Trying to kill him. And the Buddha gave an example that the Buddha used one small stone and keeping a small stone in his hand. Man look at this small stone. Which one is bigger? This small stone and Himalaya mountain, right? So you can compare a small stone in his hand and Himalaya mountain. Just like that, the thief may be suffering with the 300 spears, right? Spears. But the suffering in the hair cannot be compared. You know, the hair, the pains in suffering is exceeding, right? Suffering with the 300 spears. So just like a small stones and Himalaya mountains cannot be compared. So the Buddha said that he cannot see a comparison to the suffering in hell. So you can, if you want to know in detail, and Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 129 and 130, right? You can read yourself. So you can find 129 is a Bala Pandita Sutta. So in that Sutta, the Buddha talk about the foolish and the wise, right? And 130 is the Devatuta, the messenger of the Deva. So in that Sutta, you can find the Deva king, the king of hair, right? The king of hair. So how he examines, how he questions to the hellish being. And you can study there. Collecting data from Pali Canon, commentary normally summarize 8 great hairs. So we have 8 great hairs. So they are not mentioned. They are not mentioned as the 8 in the Pali Canon, but they are mentioned separately. But Pali, the commentary summarize. So there are 8 types of great hairs, right? But according to not only Theravada but also Tibetan, I don't know Mahayana, Tibetan also they believe 8 types of great hairs, right? Oh, sorry. Okay. So they are square with the iron ground, an iron wall, and iron roof. I think you can imagine, right? You can visualize in your eye, iron ground, an iron wall, and iron roof, just like a box, right? Iron box, just like an iron box. So this is a descriptions mentioned in those 2 sutta, right? Those 2 sutta. They have 4 gates, and those 4 gates are surrounded by 4 minor hairs. And some places actually mention 5 minor hairs, right? Normally we use it for 4 minor hairs. On each of its 4 sides, it is said that the king of the Yama, he resides at the gate, right? At the gate, and he trying to question to the being who come to hell, right? For those who have done serious and awesome deed, they have to suffer. They have to directly go to hell, right? No question at all, right? No question at all. Only for those who have done some good deed, right? So here we have 8 great hairs. So they are surrounded by 4 minor hairs on each of its 4 sides. So then bringing the total to 136. So we have a total of, as you all know, that we have 8 great hairs, and each one they have a 60, right? 60 minor hairs, and 60 multiply 8, and 128 then you can combine 8 altogether, 136, right? 136. So these are the number of hair. So that means it may not be accurate, but it is the way how the commentary calculate, right? So we have 8 great hair. So they have a 4 gate. In each gate, so they have 4 minor hairs, right? 4 minor hairs. So altogether, 136 hairs, right? Today we'll talk about 8 great hairs. Number 1, Sanjiva. Sanjiva means come back to life over and over again. Sanjiva means. So the head where beings come back to life over and over again to suffer pain and agony. And they have to suffer a lot, they will die, and they will come back again. And they suffer, right? So in this way, they die, then they suffer, they come back, and they suffer, and they die, like this. So that is called Sanjiva. Hellish beings are cut into pieces with the blazing weapons, and they die experiencing great pains and agonies. And they will come back again, they will come back to life again, then they will suffer in this way, right? So many times. So that is called Sanjiva. Actually, not only in this, Sanjiva is the first, how to say, the highest floor, I might say that, nearer to the human realm, right? As I said, that is a 50 yojana, far away from human realm, right? So, Sanjiva. And second one, Kala Soda. Kala Soda means blood thread. So people will be marked with the blood thread, and so they will be cut into pieces with the axe and knife and many other weapons according to the mark. Just like a carpenter, right? Carpenter mark where he is going to cut, right? Just like that, warding of hair, right? In the movie, you have seen some people, just like an executioner, right? So they bring hellish being, right? Hellish being. So actually, commentary said that the fire in the hair is a uttuja, the material form caused because of weather, right? Because of the weather, uttu. For that reason, so those fires have to suffer only hellish being, not the one who is who are bringing, right? Those hellish beings. So those fire and weapons caused because of their unwholesome deed, right? For that reason, even though they are living in the hair, they don't have to suffer. So it is said that they are from the first heavenly realm, Chaturmarajiga. So they are Deva, demon, right? Demon. So actually they come to hair. Some people, it is because of their karma elsewhere, right? Their karma elsewhere. So they have to come here and they have to serve as the executioner in here, right? So those are warden, right? The warden of hair, so they will mark hellish being with the blood thread. So here I will cut. So according to that mark, they will use the axe and knife and other weapons to cut, right? So I think it will be very frightening. You know, right, where you will be cut. So this is a Kalasota hair, right? Then next one, Sangada. Sangada means crash, right? Crash. So the hair where beings are buried into the ground up to their waist, right? So beings will be buried in the ground up to their waist, and they will be crushed again and again by huge iron mountains coming from 4 quarters, right? So this is also frightening. I think you can see in the movie as well, right? The great mountain, iron mountain will come and crash, right? I think they will die and they will come back to life again and they will suffer again like this, right? Sangada. And number 3, Rorua. Rorua means crying out, making a lot of crying. So the head where beings have to cry out because of severe pains, because a lot of fire flames enter their body through the 9 doors, through the eye, ear, nose, tongue, etc. Right? We have 9 doors. So fire flames will enter into the body. So when they enter into the body, the hellish beings have to cry, right? So that is called Rorua. According to the type of pains, they are given the name, right? They are given the name. The commentator, they give the name. So therefore, you have to know that. So this is not only some part are taught by the Buddha, right? Taught by the Buddha, mentioned in the Pali Canon. So many of them are mentioned in commentaries, right? Commentaries. Number 5, Maharorua, crying out constantly, all the time, right? All the time. Here also the same thing. Huge masses of hot smokes enter the body through the 9 doors, right? So here, I think huge masses of hot smokes. It will be more severe, right? More miserable. So they have to cry constantly. That's also another head, right? Number 6, Tapana. The hair where beings are burned, here Tapana means burned, on the blazing iron ground, with the red hot iron spikes that are pierced in their body. So the hellish beings are there and blazing red hot iron sparks. So they will be stabbed in the body, in the head, in the leg, etc. Right? Then another one is a Mahatapana, exceedingly burned, right? So in this hair, so hellish beings will be tortured with the blazing weapons. They will be driven to climb iron mountains. So those mountains are covered with the fires, right? And when they come back, and those wardens of hair, they will drive them again to climb up. So when they come back, a black dog, right? They will follow and they will bite. So just like that, there are a lot of suffering. They will be they have to suffer, right? And the last one is a Ouija. So actually here, a Ouija means no space, no pause. No space, no pause. So it is full of fire, flames, and also full of hellish beings who are suffering in the hell. So there is no space where fire do not prevail. So that means full of fire, no space, right? No space. And no pause to release from misery. So all the time they have to suffer. But in other hell, of course, there will be some pause, right? They will have to take it for a while, maybe they have to suffer. But here is the lowest one, right? This is the most severe one. So it is the lowest and most terrible hell. So where beings have to suffer pains and agony constantly until their karma is finished, right? It will take a long time. Devadatta, they are there. King Ajatasattu. He is there, right? So actually, this is the beings who commit hideous crimes and very, very back unwholesome karma. They will go to Aviji, right? They will go to Aviji. So this is the 8 great hairs, right? So I think by looking at this one, you can see different sufferings, right? Different sufferings in the hair. Any question? I want to recommend to read Abhidhamma in daily life. It is available in the. Actually, I have already sent PDF file last year, I think, right? Last year, the 11th chapter. And Mr. Chen, you can show them. You can show this book. This one. So if you read this one, chapter 11, you will know what the hair look like, right? And also you can read Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 129 and 130, right? Nine doors, right? We have 2 eyes, right? Sorry, eye, ear, nose, mouth, and we have a underneath we have a two door, right? Underneath 2, and 2 eye, 2 ear, 2 eye, 2 ear, and 2 nose, right? We can calculate 2 nose, right? 6. Then mouth 7. We have 2 doors underneath. Right? Just like this. So the flames will enter the body through the 9 doors, right? Through the 9 doors. Okay? Question? Okay. Supposed to be everyone. Actually, it's supposed to be everyone. No discriminations. Right? For everyone. Even the monks, right? So there are many monks there. Even the monks, right? So no favor, no discriminations. Only the idea of the Keno Yama, the Keno Hell. So they remind, right? Sentient beings who are there. So for those who have done a lot of good deeds, they may die without any the latter one might not be very good, right? They will be reminded by the Keno hair. Then when they remember their good deed, they will go to human realm and all heavenly realm, right? Yeah, Ouija hair, yeah. He will become Vichaka Buddha. Not yet. He had to suffer for a long time. Commentary said, not the Buddha. Commentary said that.
So the hell day, is it the same as human day?
Not the same. Just like actually 50 days in human realm is only 1 day in Chatumarajiga. But the days in hell is much more than that. Sorry that I cannot tell exact number, right? Sorry. 8 days according to human counting system, right? Yeah.
You mentioned something the Yama, right? Then there's one the Yama and the one after Shira, is it the same?
Sorry?
The Yama, you mentioned the Yama king?
Yeah.
Is it the same as the one below Shira heaven?
No, not the same. Yama is is a Yama, but this one is Yama. Sorry, my pronunciation. Yama heaven, right? Yama heaven. But this one is the Yama, king, right? King Yama. And then you can look at page number 187, right? So 31 planes of existence are mentioned, page number 186, 187, right? Then you can count from the beginning, from the below, right? From the below. Hair, right? Number 1 is hair. I think it's more than enough, right? Just go and read 2 soda, enough, right? Enough. Then number 2 is animal kingdom, right? So if you look at the left side or right side, so there it is mentioned their lifespan, right? The lifespan of hare, animal realm, Petas and Asuras, indefinite, right? Indefinite. According to their karma. And also human realm, right? Indefinite. Human realm also sometimes long life, sometimes short life, right? So the first, in the 31 planes of existence, the first 5 realms from below, their lifespan is indefinite, right? The lifespan is indefinite. Okay? Okay, then let's go to the next one, the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom also considered as the awful planes because we are taking in general, right? We are taking in general. So some animals may be enjoying their life, right? Without any danger, right? Without any danger. We are talking in general. So most of the animals, so they are suffering, they are under fear, right? And they have to look for the food. So they have to make a lot of effort, even to get a, one day, one meal. So therefore, so the suffering as the animals greatly exceeds the amount of happiness. They may have a happiness, but suffering. And then living in the forest, right? So they have to live under fear, and also they have to make a lot of effort to get a food, like this, right? So here, Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 129. So in this Sutta, the Buddha said that for those who become animals, it is very difficult to come out, right? The reason is no chance to do good deed as the animals, right? As the animals. And giving a one striking simile, it is a simile of a tartan and a yoke with the one hole. So there is a yoke with the one hole, one small hole. So that yoke is put in the great ocean. And the wind from the east, west, south and north blowing. So when the wind blows from the east, so that yoke will go to the north or west. So the wind is blowing, so that means the yoke is moving. Then there is a blind turtle living underneath the ocean. So he will come out from the bottom of ocean to the surface 100 once in a 100 year. You know that the yoke with the one hole is moving in the ocean, but that blind turtle will come up once in a 100 year. And the Buddha said that, so that blind is a blind turtle. That blind turtle where, how to say, his neck will go into that hole, right? It might go into the hole, right? It will be easy? Not really easy. Very difficult, right? Very difficult. The Buddha said that for beings who was born as an animal, it's difficult to come out to become as a human being. So that me is really frightening, right? And you can read by yourself. I'm not very good storyteller. Okay, so this is the animal kingdom. So animal kingdom is considered as a awful planes. So in Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta number 10, and the Buddha talk about 5 destinations of the human beings. The first one is hell, right? The second one is animal kingdom, and third one is the sphere of Petas, and fourth one is the realm or human realm, and the last one is Deva realms, right? Deva realms. In the Deva realms, it will be including the Brahma as well, right? 5 destinations, 5 gati, panchagati. So giving is simile. So one person is going. So there is the fire, full of fire, a pig full of fire. One person is going there, right? And for those who have eyes can see, if he is going in that way, he will pour down to the in a pit, right? In a pit, fire pit. So the Buddha gave a simile of that fire pit to compare with the hair, right? To compare with the hair. Regarding with the animal kingdom, and the Buddha said that one person is going, if he go in that way, and he will fall down into the pit full of human shit, right? Human shit, just like that, right? So animal realm is given the simile of a pit, right? How to say a pit full of human shit, right? So regarding with the Petas, so the Buddha gave a simile of a small and how to say that small trees with the little leaves, right? Little leaves. So which is growing on the cliff, right? Someone is going there, and he will arrive at that trees. So when someone is sitting underneath that trees, a lot of sands, right? So there will be a lot of sufferings, right? The ground is not even, and the tree is no shape, right? No shape. So we can compare the life of Petas in that way. So actually, there may be less suffering in the Petas in general, right? Less suffering than animal realm, right? Animal realm. So when the Buddha talk about human realm, he compare the simile of a young trees with the full of leaf and very shady, right? Very shady. But there is no food, there is no water, right? No food, no water. For those who are thirsty and hungry, cannot eat. Just stay under the shady trees, right? Human realm, we have sufferings, but we stay thirsty and hungry, right? So the Buddha gave the simile of a mansion with the full of luxury and with the resting couch and chairs, right? Resting room. But if somebody is thirsty and hungry, nothing to eat, nothing to drink, right? Just like that, even though there are a lot of luxury to enjoy, they still are thirsty, right? And hungry. And the Buddha talk about, when the Buddha talk about Nibbana, he gives a simile of a pond full of beautiful pond, full of trees, and somebody who is hungry and thirsty, and he go there and he take a bath, he drink water, and he lying down under the shady trees. It is compared as a Nibbana. He can eat how do they send some of the lotus flower, what is it? Stem, right? Seed or something like this. So that is a Nibbana, right? So here, my point is, the life of Vedas, according to that simile, less suffering than animals, right? Less suffering than animals. For that reason, so some of the Vedas, so they are enjoying their life, and sometimes nighttime they are enjoying, daytime they are suffering. Some Vedas in daytime they are enjoying, nighttime they have to suffer, like this. Even the king of hell, Yama, right? Even the king of Yama is considered as a type of Veda, right? Type of Veda. Okay. Then let's talk about the sphere of Vedas. Actually, we have learned in the Sutta study class. I think many of you know, have learned in the Sutta study class. I think I will try to go faster, right? Faster. Literal meaning of Veda is departed one. Bhikkhu body use, afflicted spirits, and reservoir, wandering ghost. I think this one is very beautiful. Wandering ghost. And Sannisaro Bhikkhu, hungry ghost, right? Hungry ghost is a popular one we are always using, but it covers only one type of Vedas, right? One type of Veda. And it better use the word Vedas. So there are different type of Vedas. So some of them are feeling hungry and thirsty continually. So many of them are undergoing hair-raising sufferings. One of my students, it is said that in her previous life, she was a Veda. And she died, she became a Veda, but no suffering. So she has a mission, she has to stay there. Then after that, she became a human being in this life. She can remember true life. She can remember that she was a Veda in previous life. Then earlier, she is her grandmother. Actually, she is her grandmother, right? How can I say that? Her grandmother died, and she became a Veda, but no suffering. She had to stay in the mansion. So as you all know that they became separate life, right? And she doesn't have any power to interfere the family affair. Then she take a bath as a granddaughter, right? She conceived in her daughter mother's womb, right? Then she was born as a young lady. She is one of my students here, so I don't want to mention the name. And she can remember her previous two lives, right? For that reason, she's very hardworking, and she is always doing wholesome deed. She is attending classes regularly. Not nice to mention. I just knew it recently, last week. So I didn't know it earlier. Okay, so this is a real story. It's a very. She said that she is not suffering. She has a mission to stay, right? But anyway, even though she stay in the mission, so I think for those Vedas, no suffering, right? Of course, there are different type of Vedas. If you look at the story of Veda in Lakkhana Samyutta, hair-raising suffering, right? Hair-raising suffering. Then I will use some of the story. One is a headless trunk moving through the air. His eyes and mouth were on his chest, right? On his chest. If you see them, I think they're very frightening, right? Venerable Moggallana see them, right? And he showed his mind. Actually, I don't want to repeat the story, right? Then you can listen Sutta study class lessons, right? The vultures, crows, and hawks following it in hot suit were pecking at it between the ribs, stabbing it and tearing it apart while it uttered cries of pain, right? Previously, he used to be an executioner, right? Executioner. I think executioner, I think not a good job, right? Not a good job. Maybe some of the time he may have anger to kill, right? Some of the time he may don't have. Just do his job, right? May not be good. Another one is a man with the body hair of needles. A lot of full on needles in the body. So those needles moving through the air. So those needles will enter his head and come out from his mouth. Then those needles from mouth to chest, from chest to belly, belly to thigh, from thigh to calf, from they will enter from his calf and come out from his feet, and he will utter crying of pain, right? So those Vedas are living near the Rajagaha, right? Near the Rajagaha. Previously, is slanderer, right? The one who used divided speeches, right? Divided speeches. Another one is a bhikkhu, a monk, moving through the air. He's out a rope, bow, and waistband, and body were burning and blazing with the fire flames. Then he uttered crying of pain, right? He used to be an evil bhikkhu at the time of Kassapa Buddha dispensation, right? Even the monks, even the nuns, right? So there's no, regarding with the karma, no favor, right? So we are owner of our own karma. So these are the Vedas who are suffering, right? Who are suffering. Different type of Veda. We are talking in general, right? So the Veda, the life of Vedas are better than the life of animals, right? So here, story of Vedas. So the whole book of Vedavata illustrates 51 story of Vedas, a different dimension, from different dimension, right? So here, look at some of the story. The Veda with the rotten mouth. His body was a golden color, but worms came out here and there from his mouth, were devouring his mouth. So that therefore the mouth emit a disagreeable odor, right? Disagreeable odor. So at the time of Kassapa Buddha, he was a monk who practiced restraints in body, but used to slander, right? Used to slandering speeches. Even a small amount of bad deed, right? Sometimes, therefore, it is hard to imagine the result of karma, right? Some people, even though they commit hideous crimes, they became arahant, right? Just like in Angulimala. Actually, in one sutta, the Buddha gave a simile or a salt, right? Salt. If you put a salt into the glass of water, then that water cannot drink. If you put the same amount of salt into the river, you can still drink water from the river, right? It will not affect to the water. The reason is, if you have done a lot of good deed, even you do some unwholesome deed, stay okay. Then you have done a lot of bad deed, even you do wholesome deed, it will not, how to say, eh? Yeah, not balance. Yeah? Balance very important, right? Important. But here, even as a monk, right? He used to control his body. He used to convey, he used to practice winner rules, but he used divided speeches, right? Even that small amount, not small. Yeah, according to this, very, very severe. Right? Then here, another one is a hungry ghost. She is naked with a hideous appearance, very, very ugly, starving at all time, and she have to eat saliva, mucus, flames, the fat of burning body, and the flesh of human giving birth, and the flesh of wood. Have to stay in the cemetery, right? Real ghost, right? Hungry ghost all the time. And when she meet with the Venerable Sariputta, and she requested that do good deed for him and share that good deed. She used to be the mother of Venerable Sariputta in earlier. So, of course, the Venerable Sariputta do good deed and share the merit, and she received it, right? And her life changed. And in one of her previous lives, she was obsessed with the miserliness, and also used to speak harsh speeches to others, right? So this is the reason of becoming Vedas, right? Vedas. So here, if we look at all these stories, the chief suffering of Vedas is dire, lack of food, and clothing and dwelling. They don't have, right? But here, actually not every Vedas, right? Look at the story of young lady, right? An immediate relief from such misery is performing good deed and share the good deed, right? And rejoice it. So those instructions are found in Theravada Sayadaw, right? Theravada Sayadaw. So in the Theravada 2, in Theravada Sutta, so wandering ghosts are mentioned. So people die and they will come back to their house, but they cannot come in, just standing outside the gate, right? Looking at their previous families are enjoying a good food, right? So they are standing outside of their former houses, looking at their former relatives who are enjoying good food. But actually, I went to interview that student later, but I just know from other people, from his other teachers. So I went to, I don't know whether she went to talk. I think these are very interesting. There are many stories. One of the case, she also used to be one of my students in Burmese class, and she can see some of the ghost. And there are many people who can see it, right? Some compassionate people, they will do good deed and share the merit, saying Idame Yatina Hotu Sukhita hotu ñātayo. Let this merit be for my relatives. May my relative be happy. Right? So this is the formula that we share the merit. Then after sharing merit, we can say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Right? But normally here we recite 3 stanzas. So this is one of them. Oname udake otan yatanenam bodhati. Right? Eva miwa itodenam petana upakapati. As water rain on the upland, flow down to the lowlands. Even so, that's what is given from here benefit the Vedas, right? So this is the story that the stanzas that we recite. Actually, I have explained in the Sutta class in detail, right? And who can get the share of the merit? Who can get the share of the merit? When departed one is reborn in hell, animal realm, human realm, and heavenly realm, he cannot receive the share of the merit. So according to Janusoni Sutta in Gota Nikaya, right? Only when the departed one is reborn as a Veda, he can get the share of the merit. Right? Share of the merit. As a Veda, even not every Veda, right? The Veda who are suffering, they will not get the share of the merit. They will not know it. They do not notice it, right? Notice it. So there is one story the devotee of the monks who write Abhidhamma in daily life. He is supporter of his temple. He is one of the great supporters, right? Then when she died, she became Veda. I don't know the reason why. Then his family trying to share the merit, but night time, and she talked to the monks. She couldn't receive the share of the merit. The reason is some of her friends in the Veda realm, they bring her to the beautiful waterfall near Mandalay. For that reason, she couldn't hear when her relatives share the merit. So they have to do goodie again, they share the merit again, then only she received the share of the merit. So she became Vedas, but no suffering, right? So she can enjoy life. So her friends as a Veda, they bring her to the beautiful regions, waterfall, right? Near the Mandalay, we have one beautiful waterfall. So she go there. So for that reason, she didn't hear. This is mentioned. I don't know whether I mentioned here or not. It's mentioned in the book, right? This is a real story. Actually, in the Sutta, I share that one of the family from Muslim family, they converted to Buddhism. The reason is they began to believe that by offering robes and food to the monks and share the merit, so their daughter received it, right? Received it. Then they became Buddhist, and they all found a very great monastery. So that monastery is the one I studied for 11 years. So this is a how to say authentic story, right? Authentic story. So even though Janusoni Sutta mentioned that only Veda can receive the share of the merit, but not every Veda. So Milinapanya mentioned 4 types of Vedas. Number 1, Vandasika, the spirits who eat vomit, right? So actually they cannot get the share of the merit. So their hours and deed is very great, right? So no chance to get share the merit. Number 2, Kopipasika, always hungry and thirsty spirit, right? So when you are hungry and thirsty, you don't want to do anything, right? Just like that. And number 3, Nejama Taniga, the spirits who are consumed by craving. Very similar to number 2, right? A lot of craving. So I share the story of a Vedas in our village, right? In our village. I think next time when I go there, I will interview directly to the family. And just heart. I think it's, as a man, I think I should know it. I don't know whether she's still alive or not. So it's very famous in our village. She have a lot of craving to her house and to her family. So even though, however, the family members share the merit, she will not rejoice it, right? She know that after rejoicing, she have to depart, right? Depart. Number 4, Pratatupajivi, the beings who live on the merit of others. So I think this is only when who can get the share of the merit, right? So even though we have a different type of Veda, only one type, Pratatupajivi, right? I think this is just mentioned. Milinda Panya is not Pali Canon, not taught by the Buddha. It is a type of commentaries, but it is between Pali Canon and commentaries. We call it post Pali Canon. So those were written by some of the scholars, but we respect those texts as a Theravada text because many of the writing in that book are very important. It's sort of some of the trying to explain, trying to answer the difficult questions, and also some of the controversial issues, right? Controversial issues. Just like normally we share the merit. How about sharing demerit? Can we share our sandit as well? Like this. So there are some issues, right? Even in ancient time. Also, there are many other things as well. So what I want to say is Milinda Panya is not taught by the Buddha, right? Not taught by the Buddha. So it is written by scholarmen in ancient time, right? Ancient time. Supposed to be Nagasena, right? King Milinda asked questions, Nagasena, Thera, and answered the questions. So those are combined, right? So we cannot say that these are 100% correct, right? So when we look at the story of the lady of the supporter of this author, the author of Vīthimutta in daily life, she is not suffering, right? She is a type of Veda, but she is away, right? For that reason, in Myanmar, when we share the merit, we try to request powerful devas, so let the deva know this person, right? This person that we are share the merit, come and rejoice, right? Come and rejoice. But in Myanmar, so when we want to share the merit, so someone will go to cemetery, and they will invite the deceased person. Now we are going to share the merit. Come. We invite her or him in the village, right? So she might come with the invitation, right? I think it's a good practice. Good practice. Okay. Regarding with the sharing of the merit, Janusoni Soda is important, as you all know that, right? So in that soda, if we learn that soda, we will know the sharing of the merit. if departed person is reborn as a Beda, he can get the share of the merit, number one. Number two, if she cannot get the share of the merit, the relatives who are our relatives in previous life, right? Countless life. So they will rejoice and they will get the share of the merit. Even though nobody get the share of the merit, we still get the share of the merit, right? We still get the good deed, right? I think that's very important. When you do good deed, you get it, right? You get it. Even with was born as an animal, and we still have to enjoy the result of good deed, right? Even we became as an animal. Okay, so I think that today we just finished hair, animal realm, and beta, right? So for next week we will talk about the rest, right? Oh, one announcement, please.
There's one announcement. This coming Monday on the 16th of July, I think Lokapala is giving a talk on monastic life, past and present. It's an opportunity to learn something about the life of the mind. So please come.
Okay, thank you. Yo varatam bhavaro manu jesu sakyamuni bhagavakata kecho paragato balawiriya samanki dan suka dan saranatamu bemi ragawi ragama ninjama sokan dhamma masangata mapatikulan madurami mambagunam suvipatam dhamma mimam saranatamu bemi yatha dena mahapalamahu chatusu susisu purisa yugesu tacha bogala Dhammadasate Sangami Mansaranatamu Bemi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you.